It's semi-final day, game 2. Telford Tigers versus Peterborough Phantoms. Your commentary team of George Perrott and Andy Russell.
Thank you very much, Ben. Well, second of the 2 semis, and let's hope for a close game. That's what I'm most looking forward to.
Whilst Telford did score 9 goals last weekend in that Sunday game against Swindon, that was a game that was sort of put beyond Swindon's reach. They started doing a few different things. These 2 sides are normally very close together. There's not been a massive amount of of distance between them. I think the largest winning margin in a game is 3 goals between these sides this year. 3-2 was the score the last time these 2 played, which actually was the Tigers' sort of first win of the season against Peterborough, just at the point where they started to pick up as well. So we are in. If you've got fingernails left, they may well be gone by the end of this one, particularly if you live in either Shropshire or Cambridgeshire.
The Tigers have changed personnel here. It's over with Newell on the near wing. Turns inside for Mitchell King. They exchange passes. Mitchell King plays over to the far wing. Oh, and a little jam play inside. No, it's not going to count. The whistle had blown. Marr was down. The whistle was a quick one, but probably fair.
Well, certainly had his glove over the puck. Sort of got knocked off the puck by the onrushing Telford players. Great awareness though from the Tigers players, not giving up on the puck or anything like that. But for Marr, he'll be very thankful for that quick whistle,
especially when these guys move at considerable speed.
Also somewhat problematic, something even more colourful than those Telford jerseys. A beach ball is on the ice.
Liverpool fans beware. Oh, it's a shot by Sutton and good save, Marr. And Sutton almost had his own rebound, then takes a spill, clashing skates with Padalek. Padalek brings it forward. Best cheer of the night so far as Smith volleys the beach ball. So always good for a goalie's confidence, I think, to be in the game and making saves. So certainly been a good performance so far.
Yeah, it's
going to be Peterborough keeper.
It's going to be interesting to see what you'd be interested to get inside the head of Brad Day. How's he feeling?
Yeah. Oh well, not too good, I would suggest, because he's just been beaten by Jarvis Hunt. And that puck came very quickly out of the corner, and it was on the stick, off the stick for Jarvis Hunt. Phantoms take the lead.
Yeah, we can see here it's a bit of a mix-up line. Austin Mitchell King out there as rather than the sort of combination they usually have. But he gets the other side of the D-man, takes the feed from below the red line from Ferrara. Hunt steps in, and literally, I'm very sorry, Brad Day. That's the curse of the commentator. Live in living colour.
The curse of the commentator strikes hard for Telford. At centre, but now it's back with Bowering. Bowering turns, feeds up to centre, one-handed tap in from Sladkowski. Good job, Ferrara. Out front, Mitchell King saved Brad Day. Coming out on his backhand, can't get it further than Luca though. And Luca inside to Pecker, diving block from Thorpe. Averted the danger there, but it hasn't totally passed, because here's Pecker handling skillfully out front to Luca. Another block from Buglas. Telford really pushing here, and Peterborough need to clear their lines, which they have done now. Loosely over to Day. Day lets it go for his defence. And now forward comes Ferguson for Telford. Inside for Howells, clean shot, save Marr. And Marr continues where he left off, but a few little shoves here between Bowering, and I think that's...
It's Ferguson. By the look at it. Yeah. That was better from Telford there. They just a little head fake. The man jumped in, looking like he was going to try and step in and do something about the play. The man comes in. Just didn't, like I say, the contact just wasn't brilliant. It allowed Day enough time to be able to get across and cover.
Sladkowski wins the draw and then collects the puck behind the Telford net. Mitchell King there working as well, but he's dispossessed by his brother. So, and that was. One brother high stick the other there, and it's out narrow for Sladkowski. Where's the puck? It must be underneath Day. A glorious chance there for Sladkowski, and Day sprawling somehow. Ferrara's just stripped the puck from Mitchell King, but Telford do recover it. Luca tried a backhand pass through centre. That's now recovered by Mitchell King for Peterborough. Across Sladkowski, he's finished it! Well, that was the side-to-side play that they had going a second ago. But this time, no mistake, Sladkowski finishes from Mitchell King.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. and we can just see it here. Sladkowski, the defenseman, goes central. Sladkowski pulls himself away. Pass comes all the way across. One times it in, and again, off the back of actually a bit of Peterborough, a sustained Peterborough pressure that we didn't necessarily see very often in the first period. They've now pushed on a 2-goal advantage. 2-goal lead, the worst lead in hockey. We'll get that cliche out of the way right now.
Hunt now taps it to centre for Glossop. He's knocked off his feet by Ferguson, but Norton gets the puck on the far side for the Phantoms, chips it towards Leeson, then recovers, and whoa, another big hit. So Telford raising the energy here by putting the body about a little bit. One way to show a reaction, certainly. Carrying in on the backhand, Ferguson! And how has that beaten Marr? It was a narrow angle backhand drive from Ferguson, and he managed to get it up into the top shelf. And the Tigers have got themselves off the mark here.
Well, I said, do we need one of those scorers to kind of take a guy on? And of all people, he manages to get the wrong side of Tom Norton. Such an experienced defenseman, has been so good positionally this evening as well. But Ferguson backed himself, put the foot down, and he's beaten Marr short side over the shoulder. Telford are back in this game.
Phantoms, long stretch pass to Mitchell King. Mitchell King across to Ferraro! Oh, he tried to go inside. That was Bowering coming down from D, but now the other way, a long shot in from Sutton, I believe. Beg your pardon, Pecker, and that was gathered by Jordan Marr. Trying to get hold of the puck at neutral ice. Just bat it forward. That's Kynaston out for another young junior that we haven't seen a great deal of.
They've had a couple of shifts. Peterborough shouting for puck over the glass there. They're going to check. They're going to have a chat between them about that.
The refs, and
they've called it.
We have got. Is this a delay of game?
It'll be delay of game. Puck over the glass.
Okay. Now Ferrara brings forward. Lays it off for Norton. Back down to Ferrara. Telford penalty killer has taken a spill here. Norton up at the point, can't get his shot through. So Newell brings forward, and Mackenzie's busting to the net. Puts his stick down and scores! Short-handed goal for the Tigers, and they've drawn level.
What a massive, massive moment in the story of this game. Just as well, that Peterborough power play. We talked about how their power play hadn't been brilliant.
It didn't look confident, did it?
No, they just couldn't get themselves set up. I mean, as we see there, Louis Newell, former Nottingham junior, racing down the wing, and Mackenzie just put on as much of an afterburner as you can at 37 years old. But there's life in him yet. The legs were there. He got to the net first, got the stick on. The puck was in the right place. 2-2, and the Tigers, who were frustrated probably at the end of the first period by the fact that they were behind, despite having made more of the running. Well, they've tied it up now.
The seconds are ticking away on this Phantoms power play. Padalek bringing through centre. The gate opens. Telford returns to full strength. And across for Weldon. Weldon gesticulated there to the referee that he'd been slashed on the play, but he didn't get his shot away one way or another. Glossop now feeds up to the point for Buglas. Across for Bowering. Bowering knocks it down. This is Glossop, yes. Down behind the net now. Been given a bit of time and space, and out in front, Glossop! Well, the Tigers just did not engage Padalek. They let him get his head up, they let him look, and the timing on that pass was sweet as you like.
Fantastic bit of play there as well, and just keeping the puck moving. The Tigers don't engage, making Peterborough try and sort of do something with it. Well, you're going to stand there. We're going to mark the men. The problem being was that they didn't really mark the man. They kept an eye on everybody and left Connor Glossop alone at the top of his crease. You can see from the replay, Brad Day shrugs his shoulders, hands in the air to his defenseman. Why did nobody pick him up?
There's less than a minute left now. Bowering, his drop pass was intercepted by Telford, and now lovely pass out in front for Padalek. Cool finish. It was fed by Bjorkley Nordstrom, and Padalek just outweighted Day and slipped it past him.
Well, that was all created off of this fantastic sort of fantastic driving run by Brad Bowering. Has left Telford sort of a little bit all at sea. And Padalek, again, two men down low, one man's up by the hash marks, and Alex Padalek just walks around the top of the crease and slides it past Dave, who can't get across in time. Just another, much like that third goal for Peterborough, just a massive defensive lapse by the Tigers at a time where they really, really needed to be on their game.
Bjorkley Nordstrom up to centre for Ferrara. Ferrara with a man inside. Sladkowski saved by Day. Well, Day was very deep in his net, but Sladkowski didn't have a lot of space to work with. Phantoms win the face-off with Norton. Can't clear the zone. He's gloved down by Sutton. Sutton goes on to the backhand, steps into the corner, and then centering feed out front for Price. Oh, I think Marr got a glove on that.
I would agree. I think he's gotten a little piece of that, or at least enough to disrupt it from going into his net.
Mitchell King brings forward for the Phantoms now on a layoff. Ferrara, back to Ferrara. Oh, it's a good little give and go pass there.
Some good stuff happening though. Telford are definitely not giving up on this. They feel like they've found a way through before, but they're starting to feel. It's starting to feel very, very. Oh dear! Hang on.
There it is. Howells. Well, that was the blessing of the commentator rather than the curse. We were just saying that Telford had started to have a first couple of looks for the third period, and just like that, a broken play off a face-off saw Marr lose his way, really.
Yeah, very, very un-Peterborough-esque, and there's just that little bit, that loss of the puck off the stick of Brad Bowering, the second sort of defensive error that's led to a Tigers goal in that sense. Very, very un-Brad Bowering, like he's had such a good year. He's been a really, really high producer, points off the back end, but the puck's just bobbled off the end of his stick.
Phantom zone. Hunt looking for Ferrara. Cut out by Adams. Adams spinning. Back to Ferrara, out in front, Mitchell King. Oh, and the light went on, but it did not go in. Now Buglis might put it in. Sladkowski! Save Day, and they clear the zone. Wow. Padlek just trying to confuse the passing lanes there. And Telford not yet finding a way through, but they haven't got... Oh, they have now! Oh, it's a shocking mistake from Tom Norton, I think, who just played the puck, lapsing concentration out the front of his own net. And Aston didn't think twice.
What is it with that end of the ice? That's a few times that's happened now. And yeah, Norton, the puck just jumps off the end of his stick. Aston is there on the forward check, steps into it. He just gets it absolutely gift wrapped for him. I didn't think Christmas was for another few months, George.
No time for a gamble. Ferrara forechecking, and we are going to get the buzzer here, and we're going to go to 3-on-3 overtime. So it is Norton, Sladkowski and Ferrara with Pekka, Sutton and
Hazeldine.
Hey! Was that 6 for 6?
Pretty close. I did say 1 of 2, so I hedged my bets a little bit.
5.5 out of 6. That's pretty good going. Hazeldine now has got the puck for the Tigers. Coming up to the top of his zone, looks for Pekka. Pekka, little head shake as he feeds it back out of the zone for Hazeldine. He's shadowed by Sladkowski, but he finds Pekka. Pekka brings up, gains the zone, looks to go inside onto the backhand. Norton keeps him out of the danger areas, and then he decides to dump to the far corner for Hazeldine. Backhand inside! Oh, Sutton had a glorious chance to finish it, but he shot it over, and it's up into the netting for a whistle. The other Mitchell King with Luca and Mackenzie. I wonder how many points Luca and Mackenzie have combined for in their careers. They just need one more, and Luca's dancing all the way in. Well, shows quite a fleet foot for a guy of his size and age. Oh, but no! Peterborough have done it. The light is on. The referee signals Peterborough through out of nowhere.
Telford are convinced that's not crossed the line. There is a very, very angry Rhodes Mitchell King shouting all sorts of things at the officials there. But it's Mr. Ferguson. He's on the official on the line, making the point. We've got Mackenzie and Luca remonstrating over there. Will Weldon's come to join because that's what you need to do in these situations. But Mr. Ferguson pointed to the net. He said the puck is over the line.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was from where I saw it. And if the way the referee was signalling the goal, there was absolutely no doubt about it, and I'm fairly sure I could see. I will admit we do not have the best angle up here, but I'm fairly sure that did cross the line.
No, but the correct thing to do from Mr. Ferguson, not make a small call, make a really, really big, obvious call. Proper hand motions that everybody, everywhere can see. It's a goal. I'm calling it as a goal. We are done.
Well, it was Callum Douglas stepping up from D. You were telling me earlier in the game how he scored a fantastic goal here in the previous playoff series.
The 2019 final against what was then the Hull Pirates, where Douglas went coast to coast round from people and then slotted it past. Well, he's been given the opportunity and he's done it again at the death in overtime in Coventry.